All right, ready?
You might have to hold that shit like a fucking singer.
You want me to switch?
No, it's too small.
I know, but I'm smaller than you.
It's okay. I got it. I got it.
Over
I
anyway.
got it. I got it. I got it.
All right. All right, ready?
He's a case of comedian. He
Yeah.
holds mics for a living.
True.
He knows what the fuck he's doing.
All right, ready?
Mic control.
I have chest pains. All right, welcome back to the Son of a...
Why?
I don't know. Welcome back to the Son of a Boy Dad podcast. I think it's because I drank a Red Bull on an empty stomach. We are
You haven't
here.
eaten yet today?
What?
You have not eaten yet today?
I had like half of a protein bar. It was nasty. We are here live from HQ3.
I only eat whole foods, bro. I only eat fucking steak, eggs, a fucking head of lettuce.
He makes fun of me all the time for eating these rabbit grain balls, and yet he'll text me on a daily basis telling me he has diarrhea again.
Oh, I had a nasty diarrhea in
Stomach
Sacramento.
pains. I ate his. He's drinking Red Bull and eating half a protein bar, and it's 3
you know what
o'clock
it
in the
was?
afternoon.
Yeah, I was doing Are You Garbage, and I was on my way there, and as soon as I left my apartment, could just feel the diarrhea.
You love science.
Science?
You love science. You hate nature.
Oh yeah, of
Everything
course,
you
yeah.
eat, everything
I
you
eat
consume
is a
been-
science experiment.
It was made in a lab
Yeah.
by someone in a white coat, just like tinkering to be like, can we add 2 more grams of protein to this?
Mhm. You know who's not going to love that about you? Rogan.
Yeah.
Why? Rogan definitely crushes
You go on
protein
Rogan
powder.
and he says, "What do you like to eat?" And
Yes.
you're like, "I don't like nature. I want science."
That's
He's
where
a big.
he's Whole Foods.
He's the most
I
science.
eat
He's the
Whole
most
Foods.
nature-oriented eater.
I eat Whole Foods for pretty much every meal except for breakfast. Breakfast is just protein bar and Red Bull.
But he does have his AG1 and he has a stack. He has a fat
You
stack.
got a stack.
You have to have a massive
I've actually been
stack.
slacking on my stack.
You slack stacking?
I took L-theanine once, and I was like, man, this is game changer. So clear, and my head is so clear. and I've taken it like twice since then and just felt nothing.
What's it supposed to do?
I don't know.
Make you clear?
I guess, yeah. Everything is just supposed to clear your head.
I got pre-check, bro. But Francis, how was California?
California was great. We can officially have a real conversation about it now, because our last week's episode was
Before.
But I was gonna say that Tires is a really wonderful show, and it's very different from what I expected, and it's incredibly heartfelt.
Yeah.
Yes.
Heartfelt.
So it's like, what was that show that on ABC that made everyone cry?
This Is Us.
Is it like a This Is Us type of show?
No,
I'm picturing This Is Us.
it's more like it's a little bit more like The Office. With
I don't remember crying during The Office.
but there's emotional.
Really? The Office is super sad.
Yeah, heartstring stuff in The Office.
What
Did you
the
never
fuck?
watch the full Office?
Are you talking about the last episode when he leaves? Or are you
Or when you're rooting for
When
Jim
he
and Pam's
leaves, that's like not even
relationship.
halfway through the series, brother.
Yeah, it is. There's only 2 seasons after he leaves.
I think he leaves in season 4, and there's
No, it's like season 7.
Really?
Yeah.
the fuck is wrong with you?
Check yourself before you wreck yourself.
You check yourself,
I know,
bro.
I'm
You
talking to
need
myself.
to. Oh yeah. Inner monologue coming out. But I watched the trailer and it did seem so. It seemed warm.
Yeah, it's like The Office with more Shane Gillis humor.
Is it like the music design is?
Oh, yeah.
I feel like plays a lot into that. They did a cool job.
It's
with that.
upbeat. It's down to earth. It's certainly not trying to be shocking. I don't think it's. I don't know. It's not vengeful or making any sort of political commentary. It's just a great, wonderful, upbeat show that hopefully, I believe, is going to make a lot of people feel good.
That's what happens when you make a cast of only white people.
I've only seen 2 episodes. I haven't seen the season arc or anything like that. But you start rooting for the characters very quickly.
That's so awesome.
Yeah.
But did you see that tweet when someone was like, "This is what happens when a show is only made of like only white people"?
No, someone actually said that
Yeah, someone tweeted that out.
about the show.
Yes.
Oh, that's funny.
What happens? It becomes the biggest show on
Yeah.
Netflix. The one we have been waiting for. Finally.
I mean, is there only white people in the show?
I don't know. Again, I've only seen...
Stavros is Greek.
Yeah, exactly. Also, doesn't it? But also, I don't know. Whatever.
I've only
Who
seen
cares?
2 episodes.
What were you about to say? Doesn't it take place in
I was gonna say, doesn't it take place in
a white town?
Pennsylvania?
It would be very like census inaccurate to cast black people on that show.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they're not shoehorning.
Sorry, it's realistic.
It was just a bizarre, bitchy tweet for somebody to like try and pick something apart of clearly what's going to be a funny and heartfelt show. And it's not like anybody that creates the show is under like suspicion of not liking black people.
Yeah, I think casting, let's say,
Is this a real thing that people are talking about?
I swear to God, I saw a tweet. I saw a tweet about this.
casting
I
a
haven't heard
Venezuelan immigrant in this show would be like how Matt Damon was cast in that movie about the Great Wall of China.
Yeah, or like Tom Cruise in The Last Samurai.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
like, bitch, this doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
can't be a samurai.
Yeah, it's like in Call of Duty World War II when there's like women soldiers. You can make your character a girl.
Yeah,
And you're like,
there's like
well,
DEI, or what's the there's like a AI thing where they ask you to like show
Oh, yeah, I
pictures
saw
of,
that,
of
yeah.
like Nazis and black dudes will show up.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like they were talking about that on Rogan.
Yeah,
Yeah. Apparently, if you type in AI, it comes up with like it'll show a bunch of Nazis and it'll be like girls and black guys. And it's
oof.
like, well, that's not.
but what was
Nazis.
how is it the experience for you being in a show like that? I feel like that has to be fucking awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it was truly the best moment of my career.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how else to put it.
Was it scary going up on stage?
Yeah.
How big was that theater?
How big was the dais?
I don't know.
How were the ceilings? How was the ceiling height?
It was big. It was a big, grandiose movie theater
Yeah.
that felt like more of a concert hall, but it
Yeah.
was a movie theater. And filled the middle section they had roped off for, I guess VIPs. I'm sitting in front of Tommy Pope behind me and Matt McCusker. And then to my left was Brendan Clancy, Kevin Clancy, and Fights.
They brought Brendan out.
And we had all gone to get drinks before. And I was saying that it's I don't know what the deal is here, but I'm at a point now in my life at this age for some reason where I just find out randomly that everybody that I'm going to get drinks with doesn't drink anymore.
Oh yeah.
Like you get to the
Well, like
bar and then
Fights?
someone's like, "Can I just have a sparkling water?" And you're like, "Oh, maybe just the one Manhattan." they had a deal at this Irish pub we went to. It was happy hour, and the deal was that you order one drink and you get 2 of them. And I was like, okay, well, I want a Manhattan, and they brought me 2 Manhattans.
And no one
And
else
I'm
is
like,
drinking.
can you wait on the second one so that it's cold when I finish my first? They were like, no, it has to be at the same time. So I just had 2 giant chalices of whiskey that are like coming to room temperature.
Yeah.
Yeah,
in
the
front
ice
of
is
me.
melting, or
And I'm
This is-
sipping them. I'm trying to sip them at the same time, so that so one's not warm by the time I finish. Anyway,
so are they not drinking? Who's not drinking?
Fights wasn't drinking. Kevin, I don't know, had like a beer, maybe a half of. He ordered 2 Bud Lights and probably drank half of one. By the way, this is not an indictment of them. They're doing the right thing. I know Sass is doing this. Am I about to become sober? Is that where everyone's headed?
Yeah, that's just like their performance is indicative of what's about to happen to you. It's like when all your friends start getting married. You're like, damn, am I about to be married?
Yes,
Am I about
that's
to
what
be
it feels
sober?
like. You start looking around and everyone has cut back their drinking.
It's crazy because I just stopped drinking too. No, I'm just kidding. I couldn't possibly put you through that.
If you, I'm one person like you away from being like, I guess I have to do this now.
No, definitely don't.
If you did it, I wouldn't have a choice.
You be alone.
I'd be like, at this point, there are too many people that I respect who have made the decision to stop drinking or to cut back so significantly that I am the black sheep.
It would look like you were still
Well-
like banging like heroin when
Yeah.
everybody was just, like stop their partying days or something.
In my contrast to what everyone around me, I am drinking. I have a problem.
No, well, I think KFC never really drank that much, and I think Fights stopped drinking because of like health problems. So I don't think that has anything to do. Yeah, I don't think it was like he was like.
Yeah, he didn't think he had a drinking problem. His doctor did.
I see. So I didn't know. I mean, I didn't know these things, and I feel bad.
I don't know that.
But when you show,
I don't know the exact reason.
By the way, I didn't pitch that we go to a bar. I don't think.
Supposedly,
Or maybe I did.
you probably did.
Know,
And you
but
probably
they
just
were,
don't even remember.
They were like, we're
so
going to go to a
fucked up.
bar. We're going to go watch the Knicks game. That's what it was. They were like, we're
Yeah.
going to go watch the Knicks game at a bar. I was like, okay, great. That sounds perfect. And we go to the bar, and I think I was the first person to order. And that's when I ordered 2 Manhattans without realizing. And then it goes around the table.
Hilarious.
And it was as if I had like provided a cautionary tale for the rest of the people ordering.
Oh, dude, that's the worst feeling on earth.
Yeah.
That used to happen to me with my friends from home, where like we would go somewhere for like lunch, and I'd be like, "Yeah, I'll just get whatever light beer you guys have," and then they'd be like, "I'll just do a water." And
Yeah.
I'd be like, "Are you out of your fucking mind?"
Unsweetened iced tea, but squeeze the lemon and make sure that no seeds enter the drink. If you have one of those little nets that you often find at seafood restaurants, such that I could.
It's a luxury to be able to quit drinking. I truly believe that. It's a fucking massive luxury. Your life has to be going so good where you could be like, I'm just going to worry about my health. Anybody or a lot of the people that are drinking, they probably have kids that are driving them up a fucking wall. They need to get a drink or a job that's kicking their ass, and they fucking need to get out with their friends on a fucking Friday night. It's a massive luxury to be like, I'm just going to go health conscious right now.
Yeah.
I think the only way in which drinking has made my life better is the road. That's the only way it's benefited me. Every other way, it's made my life worse.
I was about to have to be on I just got a flight canceled to LA. I was going to have to drink like both ways.
Yeah.
Just because being fucking like 7 hours on a
Yeah.
plane.
Rome was going to go there and come back today.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
going to do it all in one
You were
day.
going to take the red eye home?
Yeah, I had a 11:55 p.m. flight that was going to land at 8:20 in the morning.
Face.
But I was gonna have to just drink myself to sleep on the flight home.
Yeah.
And I was probably gonna drink in the morning. Red wine on an airplane at fucking 7 in the morning.
So gross.
My teeth just stained, stumbling off of plane at
The dude next to me on the plane going to Sacramento, he ordered he ordered a triple Jack and Coke.
I mean, what's the point of the Coke at that point?
I know. He was like, he got a can of Coke and then he got 3 nips of Jack.
Wow.
Yeah.
What?
Starting the day off strong. It was like 9 a.m.
There is something. I don't know if it's sad, but when you see someone drinking at the airport at 7:30 at the bar, like belly up at a bar, it's you have to just hope that they just have terrible travel anxiety.
Really? I don't ever think anything bad about that because I don't think a lot of people fly that much. And it's probably like a special occasion.
People make it's like ordering a soda at a movie theater. I don't drink soda, but if I go to a movie theater and I'm in the mood, I'll have a soda.
Really?
I think people make exceptions when they're flying.
I can't imagine not drinking soda. Soda's the one thing that now I'm like, since I stopped drinking, it's DC's constantly. Owen knows exactly what I'm talking about. Just slamming the silver bullets all day.
That's the new silver bullet is a DC.
Oh yeah, big time. And it's better. It's better than alcohol by a lot. Once you really get the addiction to Diet Coke, nothing hits as hard as that first Diet Coke of the day.
Wow.
And did you hear that this is the time of year when you can get Coca-Colas with real sugar because of like you can get like basically Mexican Cokes at your normal grocery store because
Really?
it's some Jewish holiday or what is it? What was it? Just Passover? Is it during Passover? Or there's some kind of Jewish holiday where there's Cokes with the yellow top and they have full sugar. They're like full-bodied sugar, no corn syrup, because the Jewish folk can't have like corn products maybe.
Oh.
Oh, that's interesting. I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, I don't know what holiday it is, but I do know that they have too many.
They
have a
can't
lot.
stop celebrating.
They have
I
a
don't
lot of
know
holidays.
what-
For
who-
such a beleaguered people, they love to celebrate.
I don't know who they think they are, but guess what, Jews? Life is not that good.
Yeah, they're having a fucking
All right.
blast at all times.
They love their holidays.
They can't
Yes,
get enough
but what
of
it
them.
is that they have holidays that are Saturdays. They're sad holidays.
Yeah, it's like
They have days of
the genocide
atonement
of
and like remembrance, and I don't think I celebrate any of that. All my
Yeah.
holidays are
Jesus
filled
came back
with
from the dead. Jesus
Easter
was
eggs
born.
and
Yeah.
candy and fucking
Yeah.
snow globes.
The Easter Bunny rose again.
Yeah.
They're singing in a whole different language.
Yeah, they do sound dark though. Joe from the stand was telling me that he had to go to Miami for Passover because it's where his family is. And he said
Mhm.
that they have to like put out seats and like plates for the hostages in Gaza.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And then they like read stuff off and they're like, this is Rebecca. She likes Taylor Swift. And he said it's like super dark.
What?
For all the hostages?
For I think a good amount of them. Yeah. He said that's what a lot
How
of
many
people
are
were
there?
doing. I have no idea.
Interesting. Yeah, that's got to be. I mean, how many seats do you even have in your house? If there's more than 6 hostages, they can't come
I
to
don't
my
know,
house.
Yeah. You got to
I
get
don't know, I
like
just don't have
arena
room.
seating.
That's fucked.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, Passover sounds sad as fuck.
Yeah.
Are they wiping blood over the door too and shit?
I have no idea.
What holiday was that?
Ooh.
30?
A lot of seats.
132?
132.
A lot of bios.
So they probably don't do every single one. They probably pick a couple of their favorites. They probably go down the line.
Like trading cards.
Yeah.
There's
I'm
got-
not trying to be nasty right now. I'm just speaking the truth. You're giving me a look like I shouldn't be saying
No,
this.
I'm just thinking. I remember at Christmas, we didn't know if my brother-in-law was going to get home from. He was on tour in Kuwait, and so we kept the seat open for him, and we actually kept a Porsche. We thought it was like he was literally flying home that day, all the way from Kuwait. He had like 5 flights,
Yeah.
and we like kept a portion of food for him, and I wanted it. And I was like, I don't think he's gonna make it. Come on, at this point, we're gonna have to reheat it anyway.
He would want me to have it.
I'm
He's a
sure
hero.
he's eaten at the fucking airport, and they were like, "Save it, it's symbolic." And I'm like, "It's going bad." He would want me to eat it, and that is a person who is, not a hostage.
Yeah, exactly.
and
He's a freeman.
willingly coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think they put out food for the hostages.
Thank goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a relief.
that would be a measure too far. I thought there had to be more than the hostages than that, because I see fucking you drive through New York and there's billboards all over the place like free the hostages.
Really? I haven't seen any of those.
Like Hamas is driving through.
Hamas is paying for billboards?
No, it's the other way. They're like Hamas would be like, oh fuck, I should probably let them go because
I see.
they saw a
I see.
billboard.
You see Jerry Seinfeld, while we're on the topic,
I
you see
just
Jerry
blogged that
Seinfeld got
today.
fucking
What did he say?
he
Well,
got
he
booed out of Duke.
He was doing the commencement address at Duke graduation, and a bunch of people stood up in protest because he has been mildly outspoken about his support of Israel.
I think he's been pretty supportive though, hasn't he?
I did the research. He hasn't gone fully political or anything. He's just like reposted a couple of videos, one from the MLB where a bunch of the Jewish players in the MLB came out and spoke about, and it's all like, I hope there's a peaceful resolution. Like, human life is precious. It's not like, fuck Gaza or
What's
whatever.
the deal with Gaza?
Yeah. His wife funded or counter protest at Cal Berkeley, and that got some notoriety. But I would say that he, by and large, has known or has decided to keep his political views on it private because his comedy is so.
It's about peanuts.
It doesn't get into that,
Yeah.
and yet it was still enough to cause like 100 or more students at Duke to get up out of their seats when they announced him and walk out. And then they had
There's got to be some of those kids that were walking out were probably like, "Fuck,
It's
I really
fucking
want to hear Jerry
That's what I
Seinfeld
said.
speak."
Not only that, but I was like, man, my graduation was the culmination of 4 years of hard work. And also, I felt very like I need to get that fucking diploma. And so they don't realize that I should never have gotten it.
No take backsies.
Yeah, like I don't. As soon as I have it in my hand, it's been signed by the president of the university, and they can't, ding me for that plagiarized paragraph from that paper I wrote 2 years ago. Whatever. And my godparents were there, my parents were there, my sister, like family had traveled. The idea of like spitting on everyone's face or just not letting myself have that moment.
Do you know who the commencement speech is going to be from before?
Yes, ours was Amy Poehler.
Oh, damn.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
Really?
Mhm.
She was famous then?
yeah.
Oh, Amy Poehler. I'm thinking of Amy Schumer.
No,
Got
Amy Poehler was like well into Parks and Rec.
Yes,
and,
yes,
Yeah, she was famous for a while.
And she had been on SNL too.
Yep.
She crushed on SNL. But the kids who were at Duke, they probably don't know Jerry Seinfeld from Seinfeld. They're probably like the fucking guy from the Pop-Tart movies about to lecture us about Palestine.
I
Get the
know.
fuck out of here.
Both of Seinfeld's daughters went to Duke.
Oh, really?
So he does have a connection there. I think he got an honorary degree or something.
You think
like
they
that.
don't know Jerry Seinfeld?
Not like that.
Dude, Seinfeld is so popular
But
still.
well, I think that there's enough of us. I bet the 100 people that walked out aren't like in season 2 of Seinfeld when like
yeah, true.
the shrinkage episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
They probably know
true.
Jerry Seinfeld for being Jewish, and they probably know
B-movie.
Michael Richards for
Yeah.
The Laugh Factory.
Yeah.
This guy is a fucking supporter of
For his killer set at the Laugh
the
Factory.
Jews and
Yeah,
Michael
but
Richards.
the sick irony of it is that if Michael Richards had been giving that commencement address, I bet you fewer people would have walked out.
Yeah, probably. Well, they probably wouldn't have known. I don't think that's as widely popular.
Did you see the kids at Ohio State start booing the guy when he was like, "Now hear me out on Bitcoin"?
No.
They like booed. They like visit or like audibly booed him. Like there was like a stadium full of people being like, "Shut the fuck up!"
Yeah. Well,
Nobody wants to hear about Bitcoin.
I thought Bitcoin was doing well right now.
It is,
It's killing. It's at like
I just-
60,000, isn't it?
yeah. But I just don't think that. I think they just didn't want to hear it.
Yeah.
Jack Mack's got to be rolling in it right now.
No, he was the one who was like, "This is the best indication that we need
Yeah.
that Bitcoin's going to do incredible."
Because isn't he all Bitcoin?
I don't know.
I
don't
forgot
know.
He
what
said like a
his
couple years ago,
entire
he was like, I'm trying to
portfolio
get.
was.
Yeah, he was like, I'm trying to get all become 100% Bitcoin.
You just can't buy like a sandwich.
Yeah. That would suck.
Because they don't take Bitcoin. I mean, Tom Brady was getting flamed. I'm surprised that no protesters came at Julian Edelman at the Tom Brady roast.
Yeah.
He wears his
He's like
Judaism on his neck.
Yeah. He's like the Jew of football. He is. Right? Didn't they like make him that?
Yeah, like Deshaun Jackson said something like
He was like lightly Jewish, and then they were like, and Julian Edelman's Jewish, and now he has to like wear the.
he has to like educate people.
Yeah.
Like someone said
Edelman
something.
is a traditionally Jewish name.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's
Like I don't think it was unknown when he entered the league.
No.
He wasn't outed by Deshaun Jackson. Over there, that guy lining up in the slot.
covering up his Star of David. But I truly don't give a fuck what any celebrity has to say about any of that. I'm not
No,
gonna-
not at all.
I don't put an onus on them to be like, you have to fucking speak up, Julian
No.
Edelman,
No.
Mm-hmm.
this like CTE riddled slot receiver,
You think he's
who is
CTE?
actually my brother. I fucking love that dude.
Julian Edelman has one of the greatest catches in the history of the NFL.
That's true.
Julian Edelman came to the Super Bowl house in Minnesota. We hung out for a little bit. He just couldn't have been a nicer guy.
Yeah, he's the
Seems
man.
like a good guy.
He's a hunk too.
I'll
Hunky.
spare some
Hot-ass
some
dude.
details from that story.
Yeah.
Tell you
easy.
guys off air.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Let's just say I
Yeah.
sucked him off dry.
He's the man.
Oh yeah, he fucking
Gotta love Edelman.
big veiny. Big veiny.
He seems like the most normal one out of like Gronk, Brady, and out of that little trio.
Gronk's pretty normal.
Is he though?
I mean, he was. Well, I have a fucking sick story about Gronk too, but I could tell you boys off air. I
Yeah,
don't
save
wanna
that
get
one for
into it
later.
now.
Save that one for the Patreon.
But he was like when he did that rap battle show.
Oh yeah.
And was one of the and they had like a teleprompter and he like couldn't like rap the words, but then they put it all up on a teleprompter and he like couldn't read the words either. It was like a double-edged sword.
That I thought Tony Hinchcliffe's joke about him was the funniest. It just made me laugh the hardest when he
The
goes.
chocolate milk.
He goes, "I'm so glad Gronk, you could take a break from writing letters to Santa
Oh,
to be
yeah.
here tonight."
Those his simple jokes that weren't offensive were
Yeah.
the funniest ones. He's like, "I knew you were here because we're out of chocolate milk
Chocolate milk in
backstage."
the back.
Yeah.
I thought that's so funny and just like just
Yeah.
very straightforward. Did we talk about that roast on here?
We talked about it with the Lemon Party episode.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Who would you rank as the best as like the best couple?
I mean, I
Best
thought it was
five.
for my personal taste. It was Tony and then Nikki, but everyone said it was Nikki.
I thought it was Tony, Nikki, and Schultz.
Yeah, Schultz was very good. I thought Tony though for me, but it was what I mean. Most interestingly to me was like this for Tony and for Nikki is going to somehow jump their careers forward when they've been doing extremely well for a long time. But people were reacting to Nikki like, where did she come from?
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that she's been doing those roasts forever.
Yeah, and if anything, I mean, I'm a fan of her, and I am glad that she finally had this like Deb Ball moment.
Yeah.
Do you know I went on a date with her once?
No.
It
Did
did
you tell-
not
wait, did
go well.
You told this story on.
I've told this story before. Yeah.
Not on this podcast though. Tell it because I'm vaguely familiar, but I don't remember any of the details. You went on a date with Nikki Glazer.
I did. Yeah.
Did you roast you?
No,
You said go easy on me.
yeah. I know you're going to probably use a lot of this in your act.
Yeah. I know you probably got some stuff lined up, but
yeah. Yeah, I got a joke you might want to use.
Why did it not go well?
Just because I
two
failed.
killers, bro. Two killers.
I failed, and she was just so out of my league. Like I just failed. I failed the date.
Don't say that. It's an unstoppable force and an unstoppable force.
Yeah,
that's all that is.
No, she was so ahead of me, and
in what? You're
comedy.
Going on a date. Yeah,
comedy.
But that's not what a date is about.
No, I know, but I don't think I in truth, I think that we went on a lunch date, and I thought it would be a time for me to get advice from her on my career, and I think she was not particularly interested in doing that, but that by the end of that lunch date, I was like, oh, maybe there's, I don't know, mutual interest here. And so then we hung out again a couple nights later, and we smoked a bunch of weed, and we smoked a bong, and I
How
couldn't
old were you?
handle my weed as well as she could, and I just sort of like fell to pieces. And
oh no!
What?
Yeah,
the fact that you're covering your eyes because you can't bear to relive it.
No, you know what?
Why did you smoke a bong?
Because I had a bong.
Why did you have a bong as a grown man?
You're trying to show
You're
off
gonna
to her?
judge me? You had a fucking Red Bull and a power bar for breakfast.
Bongs are for high school kids who just started smoking
Your
weed.
apartment
And for people that live in like trailer parks.
is a trailer park.
No, my apartment is beautiful.
No, you can't tell me that
Dude,
in my
smoking a
life
bong is
anything I've
insane.
done is less mature.
So
than what
no
you
wonder
do.
the date didn't go well. She came back to your place and you had a bong mounted on your coffee table.
No, this is what happened.
You want to take a
told
resin
her
hit? I'm all out of weed. We can scrape it for some resin though.
we were
Get a paper
talking
clip.
about smoking weed, and I was like, "Well, I actually have this bong," and she was like, "Oh my god, I haven't smoked a bong in forever. That'd be so fun. Let's do it."
I haven't smoked a bong in 20 years.
Yes, but she liked the idea. She wanted to bong it up. She said bongs away.
yeah.
I'm like a daily weed smoker. I smoke a bong, or I was a daily weed smoker. I smoked a bong, and once before the yak, and it took me to outer space.
Yeah.
I could not speak,
Yeah,
and I smoked like a ton. Was that your experience? Was it the same shit, or you were giggling, or you drooling?
my mouth was so dry, and my
Wanna make
eyes
out?
were
My mouth is dry.
bloodshot, and I was just a fucking disaster. And then I had a piano.
No, you played piano high.
Well, we
for
were
her?
goofing around.
No.
No, we were like singing Taylor Swift. She loves Taylor Swift.
No. Oh no.
Oh man. Yes, I told you that I failed.
Yeah.
I told
Yeah,
you that
I didn't know it
failed.
was I didn't know you
love the
sang for her.
details, though.
We were like, no, I think I played while she sang a song, and then I, goofed around. Whatever. I don't know. But
Sounds
hats
like
off.
it sounds like it was kind of going good then. She's singing a song,
Well,
lying
it was
across
very
your
clear
piano.
to me. It was very clear. I think afterwards I sent her like, that was fun. Like, love to see you again. And she was like, hey, I just want to make sure we're like, I was definitely getting more of like a friend vibe. Oh my God, I got friend zoned so hard.
I was kind of getting more
And
of
it
an
wasn't even a
accompaniment
friend zone.
vibe.
It was like friend zone, subtext, I don't ever want to see you again. Period. We will cross paths professionally, but probably not much. Like maybe in hallways, because I'm way ahead of you. It'll be one of those things where I'll be like, what the fuck is he doing here? And I'll acknowledge you, but we won't mention this night because you're not good at what you do, and I am.
That's crazy.
That's so
The
funny.
bong to playing piano to being like, let's do a duet.
No, it wasn't that. You want this to be something that it isn't.
No, I think I know exactly
It made
what it
sense
was.
in the time. And let me tell you, if you had a bong and you had a fucking sick ass theater comic come over to your place, I bet you wouldn't have handled it any better than I did.
I would probably not introduce the bong. The bong feels like something you want to like. That's something you hide
The bong was
when anyone comes to your
the
house.
main attraction of the date. That was the date. The bong
Was this
the
back when
date.
like weed was like hard to get? So you had to be like, guess what I got back at my place? A bong.
You probably had to call a drug dealer.
Yeah.
I don't even remember how it came about. I bet you still have the text messages, but I'm not gonna.
You might
see
as
that.
well. The cat's out of
No.
the bag. This is the
I
best
mean, it would
time.
be funny to read the friend zone one.
It's the best time to read all of it because her name is as hot as it's ever been. This would be good for
True.
a clip.
True,
nice
and you're
fun
like
clip.
a Netflix star now too. So
You're a
and
Netflix
she's
star?
a Netflix star too. Two Netflix stars clash.
Yeah, get this on the fucking
You guys should
post.
do a roast. You guys should do like a one-on-one roast, like
Yeah.
Joe List and his wife did.
roast
Yeah.
carrots, roast beef.
Yeah,
A little
roast
shared
each
dinner.
other.
Did you guys share a kiss?
No.
No
They
kiss.
shared a bong though, which is borderline more intimate than sharing a kiss. Did you have to like lift the thing for her and be like, clear it, clear
it. Put some ice cubes in.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, this is a tag bong, thick ass glass.
It's a
It's great.
Illadelph.
You could drop this thing from the Empire State Building, it wouldn't even crack.
Let's try it. Let's go hit a bum with it. Watch, you'll knock it
Great
out.
filter process, as you're gonna see when you're mid hit. It's gonna make sure you get none of those toxins. It's gonna be just clean THC.
Incredible chamber. Do you see how this chamber, this external chamber is going to completely clear everything out for you?
When you put the ice in, so what you don't realize is that it's actually the smoke is probably hitting up to around 450 degrees, but that ice that's gonna bring it down to a mellow 300.
It's really
It's
nice.
gonna be a much cleaner high.
But you have to clean it with isopropyl alcohol twice
Yeah.
a week. Otherwise, the resin's going to build up.
I
I
don't have
saw
it
you
any-
pull up the messages.
I
and
don't have.
you
Those are
swiped away.
DMs. I don't have her number anymore. I don't know. I definitely did.
She changed that shit for
Probably.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's not how he would still have the old text messages. They'd just be showing up green.
I
He probably
know.
got a new phone and didn't
I don't have
transfer.
those, and my guess is that I deleted them for my own self-preservation,
Yeah,
so that I wouldn't look back on my own humiliation.
that's hilarious that there was no kiss even exchanged.
Yeah, no, I mean, I completely, I de-attracted her. to me.
There had to have been some type of moment that you shared positively if you got to the point of the lunch date.
We had her on Barstool Breakfast.
Really?
Yeah, she came on Barstool Breakfast.
And you were
Um,
like, "Hey, I'd love to keep this conversation going from breakfast
Yeah,
to
we
lunch."
just sort of kept up. I thought we had a nice time there, but then I admired her. I mean, she was like a big time seller comic, and I don't know, like young comic, and afterwards I like messaged her and was just like, thanks for coming on. That was really great having you. And like, she sent something back that was nice. And then I was like, if you ever wanna, I'd love to like hear your thoughts about.
So she was interested.
I don't know.
She
I mean,
has to have been. There's
I
no
can't
way
put-
she's getting lunch.
I can't put that in her mind. I think probably initially maybe, but not much. And then I made it very clear she should not.
What'd you guys get for lunch? Reuben's tuna
Salads.
Salads.
We went
Surprised it wasn't you didn't just order pizza.
to Pecorino Blanco. Fuck you.
Yeah. I got a pizza in the freezer we can heat
I have
up.
some Elios.
In
Wanna get
between,
some
in between
Uncrustables?
bong hits.
Got some. I got fucking-
Tostino's pizza rolls.
I would offer you to hit my rig, but I actually just ran out of butane. So
I like how it's become Riz Lord Sass, being like, dude, that's not what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, all of a sudden we got a dating coach over here, debonair sass.
Mystery. The
Listen, man. Next
pickup
time,
artist.
what you want to do is this: you want to nag her.
just the
You
idea
wanna-
of you having a bong is so
Yeah,
funny.
don't offer you hit the bong, but don't let her have any, and then just pretend like you don't even know she's there.
My bong actually broke, but we can do gravity bong pulls from my sink.
Until my parents come home,
Yeah.
we need to leave the windows open.
I sawed a 2 liter in half.
Yeah.
Dude, we would get like one of the big milk bottle jugs or something like that. And I never understood if this was a gravity bong or a reverse gravity bong. But the way we did it was we would fill it up with water, and then in the top, tinfoil, poke little holes, fill that with weed, cut a hole in the bottom, cover it, and then light and remove and let the water pull the smoke down.
Yeah, it's a gravity
filling
bong.
it with smoke, and that was what we smoked. Are you sure that's a gravity bong or not a
Yes.
reverse gravity bong?
I think it's a gravity bong.
I don't know, but the kids who were able to do that should have been like full on engineers.
Oh yeah.
If you can understand how to manipulate gravity to like, it's like that's how like the steam engine was made. Like that's the same process. Like I don't know. It's so impressive. To be
I don't
able
think
to
I
do some
ever
shit like
actually
that.
smoked a bong. I smoked. I smoked pipe tobacco out of a bong once, and then I dry heaved for like 40 minutes.
I
after.
did that and threw up in the grass.
Yeah,
I'm not even kidding you.
I did it in the woods.
I did it in France.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
And I threw up in the fucking grass.
It was one of the worst ideas I've ever had.
Oh man.
Because all my friends were smoking a bong, and we had this bag of pipe tobacco. And I was like, well, I want to try the bong, but I don't want to smoke weed out of it. So I smoked tobacco out of it.
Mm.
And we were in the woods off of like a highway in our town. And we had to walk out. I remember walking out of the woods. I remember my friend Nate, he greened out because he took a hit of the tobacco and the weed. And he greened out, and we're walking down this busy ass street in our hometown. Like our parents are driving by, and he just takes a dive into the fucking bushes. And my one friend bailed, and I had to go back and get him. And it was like he's just laying down like off of the busiest street in our
or
town.
he just like
He passed out.
By the way, Nikki composes and makes her own music.
I saw that she released a song.
Yeah, so that is how that all came. I think she was like, let's play the piano.
Yeah.
Let's move to that.
Yeah.
Instead of talking to each other.
Yeah, no, I get it.
I don't think I was like, you like piano? Want to see me play? I don't think I would have done that, especially in the state that I was in.
Yeah, it sounds romantic.
There was a purpose for it.
Just you want me to hear me play the piano?
You like John Mayer?
I can play some Taylor Swift.
I can play some John Legend.
She's like,
we're just ordinary people.
She has like a limousine waiting for her outside of your apartment.
Did I tell you that I've been DMing with Chrissy Teigen?
No, Chrissy Teigen used to follow me on Twitter.
You have been?
Yeah.
Currently?
Mm-hmm.
About what?
She reposted my traffic video, stopping the traffic. And then I messaged her and was like, because that started a war in my comments. There's people that are setting up times to meet to fight each other in the comments off that
Temecula?
post
They're
now.
hitting you with the Temecula?
Was that?
You ever see the two dudes like arguing on like NBA Twitter, and they're like, let's meet in the halfway point. Meet me at fucking Temecula. And they drove to Temecula, California, and I think like had a fist fight.
Did they actually do it?
I think they did.
Nothing would be funnier than pushing
That's
someone to
awesome.
do that and then just not showing up.
Oh yeah, I'm on my way right now. I'm flying in.
And they're like,
I'm
where are
outside
you,
right
pussy? And you're like, I'm home, you idiot. Why would you go there? It's so far away. I don't care about this at all. I send this to like 100 people a day. You actually went? Think of the gas. Chrissy Teigen I've been messaging with. She reposted it.
And what did you say? Were you like, thank you for the repost, I love your work?
Well,
She kind of like backed away from online because she was getting flamed
crushed.
so
she comes
hard.
in and out. She's got 42.5 million followers.
I definitely was flaming her a little bit back in my
Nice, dude.
prime.
You're the man, bro.
Yeah, I know. She followed me for a while, and then she unfollowed me because I made a nasty tweet about her.
Why did you do that to one of your followers? She's your sister.
And then I also made a nasty tweet when she unfollowed me, and I said that she unfollowed me when I turned 18 because people were saying that she was on the Epstein flight logs, and then that went viral too.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
She said, I showed it to my friends, and they were like, this is you. You are this. And I hate myself for it. I can't help it. I've gotten in accidents sacrificing for this. And I wrote a laughing face to that one.
Yeah,
And
with
she
big
said-
celebs, you got to be using a lot of emojis.
And she said, it does not affect me at all. They make a new lane, yet I cannot stop. LOL.
Damn, you guys were really exchanging messages.
Yeah, bro, I'm telling you. Look at, I almost had to block her.
Yeah.
It was
But-
that deep?
Went on for a long time. And I almost said, I'm actually coming out to LA this weekend if you want to get in a car together and stop traffic. But I blew up with John Mayer doing something very similar. So I learned my lesson that when it comes to corresponding with celebrities via DM, less is more.
Yeah.
Let them come to you.
Yeah, let them come.
I'm actually going to be out in LA soon if you want to rip bong at my hotel.
By the way, do you have a bong you could bring? I can't travel with my bong.
Yeah.
Can we come to your house? 'Cause I figured John has a piano there. That's typically what follows.
You have a guitar case and there's just a bong in it. Someone hit me with your move on it was like 2 lanes merging and I was in the left lane and they were in the right lane and like you just come to a point where both lanes merge. Wasn't the shoulder at all and someone straddled both lanes so I couldn't pass.
Wow.
But they had like a US Army like sticker on or some shit
Yeah.
like that. I figured that they were a veteran or some shit like that. But it was I was like, fair play.
But it's two actual lanes?
2 actual lanes.
See, that does sound wrong though.
Right.
But it's merging.
Yeah, but
And I'm
like,
assuming the right lane had a long line.
yes.
And you were riding the left lane for a while until you had to merge.
But the
yes,
left
but that's
lane.
what you're supposed to go all the way to the front and then merge when everything merges in.
Wait,
Like
hold on a minute. Was there a sign that said this is like an exit, right lane, exit only?
No.
So
It was
both
2
of
lanes.
those lanes were getting off the highway?
No, but it was both of them off the highway. It's like when you get to Westchester, Pennsylvania, 2 lanes go all the way up and they go down into one road. And you're supposed to like a deck of cards.
The exit becomes
It's
one
not an
road.
exit.
Oh.
It's 2 lanes merging into one.
I was in this situation this weekend, and I was in the right lane, and there were people going in the left lane, and I was not happy about it.
I think
So-
it's challenging. It's challenging to know what you're describing because you might be talking about the zipper merge based on 2 lanes that are meant to do that.
It was not a left lane coming into a lane. It was 2 lanes going straight forward into
then
one
that
road.
sounds totally fine to me, and that guy was being over the top. Like I don't agree with that. When I do this, it's a emergency lane that I'm.
It was
People
not
are
an
just
emergency.
abusing
There were emergency lanes on either side of us.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you do this, because I've done this trip now a lot going into the Holland Tunnel, and where it happens, that's where it happens very frequently. And you don't there's no part of you that's like, this is insane.
I've had some bad moments.
Because I've done it, I've tried to do it, and then pussied out every single time. As soon as they lay the horn down, I'm back in my lane.
I've had some bad moments. It's just one of those things where like it's by far my most viral thing that I've ever. It's like what I'm known for. It's like your
draft
video. So it's hard for me not to want to chase the dragon a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least because you're getting something out of it. Like Sass, for you to do it, you would just have to. You'd be truly being a hero.
Yeah, but it pisses me off so much that I'm like, I don't want to let these people go through.
It's so infuriating. That's what made me do it the first time. It's infuriating.
Yeah, because you're like, why do you think you're better than me?
Bro, the fact that
I'm better than
people
you.
go so crazy in the comments and they are like, you're wrong, is baffling to me.
It's got to be a minority that are mad, though.
You mean a black person?
No, but it has to be like it's got to be a large amount of people who are like, yeah, that's the right thing to do.
Dude, this is the most polarizing thing I've ever created by far.
Yeah.
Until they hear about that bong rip.
Yeah.
Some people are gonna be on my side.
Yes. We're gonna be like, she went from fucking lunch to dinner. It's very natural to play the bong or to play piano after a bong rip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Not,
should have fucking
not according to Sass.
ghosted one into her mouth. Or what's it called when you
Like
shotgun? Yeah,
shotgun.
Yeah. Yeah.
Should have
Yeah.
shotgun.
Damn.
We didn't
right?
You
kiss, but we
blowing O's
shotgunned.
and shit.
No, I don't know how to, I was just coughing and like spitting
Was it at
into
your old
this-
apartment in the city?
into the sink.
Yeah, just drooling.
Oh man.
I think I got some resin in that one. Oh.
Pulling resin off your tongue, black spots off
Yeah.
your tongue.
In hindsight, it was.
Was it your old apartment in the city?
Yeah, the one in Chelsea.
Yeah, that apartment was beautiful.
That's a nice spot.
So it wasn't like, it was like in, well, I was going to make a reference that neither of you would understand. In GTA 5, if you get the nicest apartment, it comes with a bong. and you can smoke the bong, and it's like a cool, like nice setup with a bong. It's not like going into like a drug dealer's apartment where they have a bong.
Oh, I played GTA 5, but I don't remember that.
You played GTA 5?
Yeah.
Surprising,
Why?
because you're not a gamer.
Well, when I tried to get back into gaming, it was like I got that and like Madden and FIFA.
Madden is a game for people who don't have a brain.
That's why I tried it.
I played Madden. I downloaded Madden 24 out of boredom last week. Dude, that game, I won the first game 44-0.
Yeah,
you're
you're probably playing on all rookie.
Game?
You're probably playing rookie against a like 4-year-old kid.
I played the Patriots and I played against the Panthers.
Yeah.
And we smoked the Panthers. Bryce Young is terrible. And then
On what?
Madden 24.
No, but what difficulty level?
I think I was playing normal.
Mm-mm.
And then I will say I played against the Bills and we got our asses whooped.
He's talking about him and the other computer-controlled players.
And then I played NHL. I've been playing a lot of NHL 24, and I'm pretty good at that. I can beat the computer easily. And then I was like, I think I'm ready for online. I played online. I went down 6-0 in the first period and then rage quit the game, shut off the PlayStation.
You did?
Yeah. This dude was destroying me.
You rage quit?
I rage quit.
You need to take a hit of the bong, bro.
I know. Have you guys been watching the hockey?
I haven't been watching the hockey, no.
I have been, yeah. It's been awesome.
It's been very, very good.
Might even be like the best playoff hockey season I've ever seen.
It's been the most fun I've been having watching sports.
Well, you got really good teams to watch in it. It's not like small market. It's not many small market teams. It may become that, but you've still got the Rangers and the Bruins and like a bunch of rivalry series.
Dude, the Bruins are terrible. The Bruins Panthers though, like watching the Bruins Panthers and then after that watching the Canucks Oilers, it's like, the Bruins and the Panthers and neither of those teams have even a chance of winning the Stanley Cup. Like the Canucks Oilers it's like they're playing a different game.
Mm-hmm.
Like those teams are like Canucks Oilers and Hurricanes Rangers. Like even though the Hurricanes are getting swept, they're still
not.
So good.
They won the last game and they
did?
Yeah,
I
it's
thought it was
3-1.
3-0.
No, it's 3-1 now. And game 2 went to double overtime, and game 3 went to overtime. So it's all the puck can bounce anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're like you don't seem like much of a hockey fan, but
I played for 8 years.
yeah, that
I know
doesn't really. I mean, that doesn't really. It's
I
like
know
saying
puck,
I play Call of
more
Duty,
than you
so
could
I know more
possibly
about
imagine.
the military than you do, and you don't. That's definitely not true.
That's the complete opposite.
Yeah, no, it's
that
the
would
same.
be like
It's
no.
like you live in a simulation, and you
I
think it translates
played
to
hockey.
knowing real life knowledge. You
I
played
played
youth
hockey.
hockey, squibs.
I was actually
or-
enjoying watching so much that I was looking up men's leagues.
What do you call it? Pee-wees, squibs,
No, I was in
donuts, little mites.
I was in
mites.
Mites.
It
Mites.
is. I was in mites.
Mites on ice.
I
Dust
was
mites,
in,
and then you graduate
played-
to fur balls.
No, I played
and you become
cross
a
ice.
full-blown tumbleweed.
I played cross ice, which that's when there's 3 games happening at once, and you just use the sides. You go the other way.
Yeah, see, I played pond hockey like a fucking man.
I played pond hockey too, and
So
then I
cold
played
that you
and
can't even
then I
grip the
played
stick.
mites, and then I played squirts, and then I played
Squirts.
yeah, and then I played bantams.
Phantoms.
And
Are these
then
weight classes?
This is like your age group, and then I quit in bantams
Yeah.
because I hadn't hit puberty yet, and my parents watched me get checked and go head first into the boards,
Mm-hmm.
and they were like, "Yeah, you're not playing hockey anymore."
Yeah.
By some
They told
Italian boy with-
my coach in the outside of the locker room before they told me that
Yeah.
I was quitting.
Yeah.
They were like, "He's done. He's
That
not
doesn't
playing anymore."
surprise me. It doesn't surprise me.
Because I
Damn.
was C team bantams, and C team bantams is all the only kids on that team are kids that play football who want something to do in the off season. So it's like, and they don't know how to skate. So it's you versus a bunch of linebackers.
Versus the Bash
Yeah.
Brothers.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like me. I'm probably like 5'4" at the time, weighed like 100 pounds, and I'm going up against kids who are like 6'3", 300 pounds.
Yeah.
Who are
Right.
just looking to hurt people.
And they're on a weightlifting program.
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
But yeah, hockey's awesome. Playoff hockey's really, really fun to watch. Bruins are terrible. I mean, just awful though.
They're not awful. Don't say
Dude, their
that, bro.
defense is the only reason that they're even in this series is because they have Swayman, who's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, the only hockey I watched this year is whenever Mr. Ice would give out a pick. I rode hard with Mr. Ice. Hell
Yeah?
He
Yeah.
did really well for a while, right?
Yeah.
And then he kind of
I think I won almost every bet I put in with Mr. Ice.
well,
I would only just pick it at the right time. Then Mrs. Ice from Mother's Day came out. Unbelievable shit. I can't believe you watch hockey like that, Francis.
When the Rangers are in it, I like the Rangers.
The Rangers are great.
Yeah.
I was looking at tickets for the Rangers games.
It's pretty high.
It's insane.
It's not as bad as Knicks, though.
Really?
Knicks games are nuts, dude.
I was looking at. I was just looking out of curiosity, being like,
Yeah.
oh well, it'd be fun to go.
Yeah.
Dude, the nosebleed tickets are $700 a piece.
This portion of the podcast is brought to you by Game Time.
Well, if we have them as an ad,
We
okay.
do. If you want the cheapest prices on all your tickets, go to Game Time.
Yeah, I can't imagine what the ticket prices are when you're not using Game Time. Because I was looking on Game Time.
Right.
Oh yeah, if it's not on Game Time, they are beating you over the head.
Dude, 2 tickets, like good seats, would be close to $10,000.
Yeah, bro. There's courtside. It's courtside. Knicks playoffs is $45,000.
A ticket?
That's insane, dude.
That's what I saw.
Damn.
So when you see like Sam Morril and all these guys like up
They're
front,
giving those.
they're getting them for free.
They're giving those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. What's the barrier event? You're like right there. If the date with Nikki Glazer had gone well, you'd be sitting
you would be
courtside.
up front for sure. Once tires come out, you could probably squeeze
Yeah, but
some
they
tickets.
told me no bongs at Madison Square Garden. So
Once preseason, once tires comes out, you could probably get courtside tickets to preseason games for free.
no, I couldn't.
Preseason?
I don't think so.
Well,
No.
with
They're also
with
those
Game
guys are
Time,
like those guys are in like inherent New York
Yeah, it's true.
guys.
But you're a Rangers fan. You've always been a Rangers fan.
You know what's weird about Sass's sarcasm is that like
I'm not being sarcastic at all.
Sometimes
I was
he
being
kinda
sarcastic about the
means it.
preseason thing.
yeah.
But you're a Rangers fan.
But he hits it with the same.
Well, I don't
tone.
understand what's so crazy about saying that.
like he's making fun of me for something that he is
It's true.
definitely admiring of.
Yeah.
I'm not making fun of you
he
at
likes
all.
the fact that I'm in tires.
I'm not making fun of you
I
at
know
all.
that he likes that,
I think you just can't take
but
a
he's
compliment.
mocking me for it.
I'm mocking you, saying that it would be funny that you could get tickets to a preseason Knicks game courtside.
Why would that not be cool? I would still go to that. I don't give a fuck, and I'll do anything.
You know what's funny? My sister's boyfriend, he's like a diehard Bruins fan,
Mm-hmm.
and she sent me his Twitter this weekend, and he's like an NBA level like Twitter reply guy.
Mm.
Like just he comes up with one line and then he replies to every single Bruins tweet with it. So this weekend it was Bruins are playing this game like it's a preseason game, and it's just she sent me it and it was just scrolling his Twitter and it's like 700 tweets just going preseason game. They gave up. They're playing it like it's a preseason game. I was dying laughing.
What is the
reading it.
psychology of that? To just get as many people to see that opinion as
guess,
possible?
yeah.
Yeah, that's
It's probably you're probably watching the game and you're like, "Ah, this is a good tweet," and then you just send it out 1,000 times. It was so.
He
funny.
probably got the same amount of impressions as you get for like
Oh yeah,
a current tweet.
big
Yeah.
time.
But yeah, Game Time, best ticketing app by far. Easy ticketing app, easy to interface. You can go to concerts, you can go to Broadway plays, you can go to comedy shows.
Mm-hmm.
If your special wasn't sold out, there might even be tickets there on Game Time for you. It's so easy, and you can use code. Is it? You can definitely get $20 off with code BOYDAD. You download Game Time, $20 off your
Terms
first
do
purchase.
apply.
Terms do apply, but Game Time, GameTime.co. Get your butt in the game today.
Mm-hmm.
Do it.
I have to take a piss, which is something that I haven't done on this podcast in a long time.
That's fine. Get
I
out of here.
really have to go.
We'll keep it going when you come back.
Keep it going.
I know. I haven't done it in a while. Alrighty, let's talk about BetterHelp.
BetterHelp.
This show is sponsored by BetterHelp.
Mhm.
We all carry around different stressors, big and small. When we keep them bottled up, it can start to affect us negatively. Therapy is a safe space to get things off your chest and to figure out how to work through whatever's weighing you down. I've benefited from therapy.
Of course, so have I.
love therapy.
I've done it specifically through BetterHelp. It's so easy. You just go on your phone. You can pick whether you want to talk to somebody face to face or just audio, or you can even message with somebody. And if you don't, get along with your therapist, you can pick
Switch.
a new therapist at absolutely no cost.
Easily, you can switch therapists, no cost, no additional charge. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Get it off your chest with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/sun today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/sun.
All right. Back into it. Make sure none of that's in there, please. Yeah.
All right, we're back. What?
Nothing.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something.
How was Sacramento?
Oh yeah, it was a long piss. It was piss that never stopped.
What color was it?
Crystal clear.
Really?
Yeah.
What was that all about?
Drinking a lot of water.
You
Nice,
haven't
good
drank
for
a
you.
lot of water.
So I did Sacramento this weekend. I already told you guys about this, but I thought it was funny. So Thursday show is fine. It's good. It's not a lot of people are there. Not a lot of people were there the whole weekend, but it was still fun. Friday early show, like the host goes up, comes back, and he's like, there's some guys up front that are kind of like chatty. He's like, but they should be fine. And I was like, oh, okay, that's fine. And then the second guy comes up, the feature goes up, and he comes back, says the same thing. And then I was like, whatever. Hopefully they'll calm down. And so then I go up, and it's like they're not chatty, but they're like clear. It's first of all, the show starts at 7 p.m. on Friday. It's early, and the whole front row is like they have like 20 shot glasses on their table.
Oh man,
they're so fucking drunk, and it's these two dudes who are brothers, and there's a guy next to them with a girl, and apparently what happened was they were just feeding him shots the whole show, like fucking with him. So they got him like destroyed, and then he kind of starts talking, but not like in an annoying way. Like he would just like clearly he was just fucking destroyed. So he'd be like, he would try and do the thing where like you'd stop a joke and he would try and ask a question, but like about something completely unrelated. Like he'd be like, I have a question about Barstool. And I'd be like, oh yeah. And I'd try to make it funny. I'd be like, no, there's no way we're doing that right now. Like we're in the middle of the show. And then like the security guy would come up to him and tell him to stop. And then he would come back. And then the funniest part, so like I'm like 48 minutes into my set. And that's when he says I have a question about Barstool. And then the security guy comes up, and the security guy's just dressed in normal clothes, not like he doesn't have like a staff shirt. No one really had like a staff shirt or anything on. And I think the dude thought that the security guy was just a random guy. He's like so the security guy's right on his shoulder, telling him he has to stop talking, and he puts his thumb here. His face is like here, and his thumb's here. And he's like, this fucking guy keeps on telling me to stop talking. He's like, he's like, I'm just trying to ask a question about Barstool. Why is he acting like no one wants to hear the question? And I was like, yeah, I don't think anyone really does want to hear the question though. And then it kind of calms down, and then I'm like going into like my ending stuff, like my last like 5 minutes of material. And I'm like, so he's front and center. And then there's like a group to the left that I'm talking to because I'm doing a joke where like this girl like referenced something from the joke, and I didn't ever have heard this. So I was like asking her about it. And then like in the middle of that, you just hear the loudest like smash into a table, and then like a thud. Like it sounded like someone dropped like a bag of cinder blocks onto the ground. And then I look over, and this dude is out cold in like the center of the room, but
he was
not
out
like
cold.
Not yet, dude. Not like someone who like stumbled and like fell. This is like his head is to the side and his eyes are closed, and he is just like hands flat, like laying down on the ground. And so then it's like turns into commotion. And it's like I didn't speak for like 30 seconds after that happened because I was like, I don't know what's going on. And there's people like standing up, and then he left, and then his girlfriend like stayed for like 15 minutes until the show ended.
Oh boy.
And then they came and pulled her out, and then he left. But it was dude, for a 7 p.m. show.
Play the sound.
I'll play the sound. But for a 7 p.m. show, it was like that's something you expect from the late show, not the early show.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll play the sound.
The sound was so funny because you sent us the sound, and at first I was shocked, but then when I started listening back to it, it gets so funny because you're like in the middle of a joke and then it happens and everyone's like, oh. Like
well, the funniest part too is that I really wasn't having a great set. It was not a great crowd. And it was the only show the whole weekend where I was kind of starting to get a little sweaty on stage. You know, you're fixing the t-shirt. You're like, they're like, I've done everything I've got good, and they're not going to like the rest of this. But that saved the set completely.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Nice.
So he was a plant. It's like when some people plant people to do crowd work. You plant people to pass out and fucking.
Yeah.
I need you to take a dive in the 7th.
Yeah, it really is.
Oh, then
like
I finished and I did a bunch
boxing
of.
match.
I was doing a bunch of 9/11 stuff, and I was like, if no one wants to hear this stuff, someone else take a dive because that's the only way we're getting out of this. Where did I send this to? Send it to you guys. Oh, here it is. All right, listen to this. I want to skip my part. I don't want to hear myself talking.
You get edited out.
Here it is.
You guys know Hef used to fly on that shit. They always come like that.
Play it
What
again.
are
Play
they
it again.
saying?
Play it again. Play it
What
again.
are they saying?
They were trying to make a joke about him falling. I think that was the two dudes up front.
Hef used to fly on that shit.
Wait, don't even laugh. Play it again, because like the everybody's like, oh.
All right.
Do you guys know Hef used to fly on that shit. They always come like that.
They always come like that? Is that what he said?
I think someone was referring to the chairs. I don't know why. I don't know what that joke was, but
Just everyone being like, oh.
it was so. I've never had that happen before. Have you ever had that happen? Someone like fully going down?
Yeah, and I have a video of it, but I'll show it to you after.
I guess I did have that in Atlanta, where there was a girl in the front row who kept on. She got cut off at the bar, and then she was walking back to her seat, and she tripped, and a full handle of Svedka vodka flew out of her purse.
Oh.
And then she went outside and was throwing up, and she tried to order an Uber back to Florida.
Wow, you really kept up with her. Sounds like you were like, you sure you don't want to?
No, that's what the staff told me
Florida?
after the show.
Where were she? Where
We were in Atlanta, Georgia,
Oh my
and
god!
they were saying she tried to get an Uber back to Florida.
Why does she have a bottle of Svedka? Was she like ordering waters and just
I don't
spiking
know.
them?
I guess, yeah, probably.
What a psycho move!
But yeah, that guy DM'd me yesterday, and he was like, "Bro, I'm so sorry about."
Oh, that's nice.
yeah.
That's nice of him.
I always feel bad for those guys, but it is hilarious
Yeah.
for that to happen.
How did they wake him up? Did they give him like a sternal
He
rub
was
or like a
dude, he
Narcan
was
shot?
fully out. Like they pulled him up, and then all I remember is seeing him laying flat on the ground, and then I remember seeing a bunch of people trying to pick him up, and then him just like swaying completely to the right, and then he was gone.
You need two big boys. Like when the center gets hurt on a basketball team, you need like the two power forwards to carry him out.
And then he tried to come back in. And apparently he was very cooperative. They said that he was very
By the way, the way they carry NBA players off courts is so weird. You know, they kind of like hold a leg.
Yeah.
Soccer, they get a stretcher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there no more dignified way to carry an NBA player off of a court?
Yeah, like they like hop up. I guess in football they have like a cart that they get on.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because it's such a small court.
Yeah, or like none of the injuries are so bad that it's like.
Or
I
maybe
don't know,
they
I
worry
guess-
that it would be like that it would fuck up the court. Ringing
I
out
mean,
the-
I would
something
almost say a piggyback is more dignified than the way that they do it, where they, carry their leg and then he's got his arm. Two guys carry a leg.
Yeah, it's like a World War II type of injury.
Yeah.
Like you're hobbling someone off, like they got hurt on a battlefield or some shit like that.
You
I
know-
remember.
Oh, what were you gonna say?
No, nothing.
No, what were you saying?
I was there when Giannis got hurt, and they sent his brother out, and that was like the most action he saw all season. He just like slid underneath his arm, and
Damn.
they just need the next biggest dude to come carry him off. But like a 6'11" dude,
Yeah.
if you're like 6'6", you
tough.
can't even. Like,
That's probably why they don't bring out a stretcher.
They don't make big enough
They don't
ones.
make
Yeah.
stretchers to fit
Yeah, they
7
need a
foot tall
diving
people.
board.
They need
Yeah.
to take a door off a cathedral
yeah, exactly.
and
to
get a
lay
bunch
these
of
guys
fans.
out.
to take that around.
I just remember this too. After that show, we did the late show, and the late show was great. It was like very relaxed, mellow crowd, normal crowd. And there was a girl that came up to me after, and she like wanted a photo, and I was like, oh yeah. But then I noticed she was like lingering around the manager, and I was like, does she work here? And then she was like, she said bye, and then she went out like employee entrance with the manager. And I was like, oh, that was weird. I was like, maybe she worked here. But then he told me after, he said that the first show was so rowdy. He said that there was a bunch of people outside waiting when the late show was coming in. And he said that 2 dudes were trying to hit on her. And then she like walked away, and then they got in a fight, and one of them punched the other one, and he smacked his head off of the front of her car.
What?
And so she said that
was it Helen of Troy? What the fuck are they?
no idea, dude. And then she said, and then apparently like the manager was like walking out with her to make sure that she got home safe.
He hit on her too.
Was it Reese Witherspoon in that movie with Chris Pine and Tom Hardy? I think
I have no idea what that movie is.
it's a good movie, but I can't remember what it's called.
Isn't that crazy for a 7 p.m. show?
Oh,
on
I thought you were going to
Friday?
say that all 3 of them were in that movie.
Yeah,
no,
that's
star-studded.
crazy. That is good. That is good
What is that,
cast.
Ocean's
though.
11?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's This Means War. Yeah, not many people saw that, but
I've heard of it. I've never seen it though.
definitely worth seeing. There's a scene in that movie where they're fighting on a train.
Yeah,
It's really cool.
I love a good train fight. I love the
Yeah.
James Bond train fight.
Yeah, it's a classic one.
Or
When he's
did you
on
guys
top
see
of
the
train,
new
Subway Surfers?
the new Mission Impossible has a great train fight.
Oh yeah. No,
Incredible.
I didn't see it.
Maybe that's
but-
what I'm thinking of. Are they on top of the trains?
No, that's
they do
James
that-
Bond.
Yeah.
They did that in a lot of movies. It was like cliffs. Like you used to think that you're just going to get in a fight on top of a train sometime if you live long enough.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Like
Like,
you have
there's
to
so-
jump off of a train. Like I always thought there would be at least a situation where I'm stuck on the tracks of a bridge that only is narrow enough to fit the train.
I still think I often judge how much older I'm getting by what I'll do is when a train is pulling out of a station, I say, okay, how fast can I currently run at my highest speed? Would I be able to match the speed of the accelerating train and jump
Swing
on
on the
such
back?
that I could grab hold and it wouldn't hurt my arms
like the
pulling them?
Old West.
Yes, exactly. And then the other thing that I'll do is if I'm on top of the train, I will see if I think I could run fast enough in the other direction that I could jump off and basically cancel out the speed of the train and roll down into the bushes.
That's another. Like if you could figure that out, you might as well know how to make a gravity bong and become like a physicist or some shit
Yeah.
like that.
Yes.
The
That's
problem
a high level calculation.
The problem with trains.
The way I do it, by the way, is I just go like this really quick. And I try to see if I can keep an actual focused point on a tree that's going by. And I say, how quickly did I turn my head?
Like you're a figure skater who's like
Yeah.
spotting.
Right. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, because otherwise it's just a blur if you kind of keep your focus straight ahead. But if you get one tree and you go like that, and then I say, well, how fast did I turn my head? Because that's how fast I would have to run to not hurt myself jumping off of the train.
Yeah, I don't think you could do it, to be fully honest.
Well, you don't know how
Even-
fast that train's moving based on how quick I moved my head right there. That's just an estimate.
That wasn't
What I will
scientifically
say-
accurate.
What I will say is you really can't jump onto trains these days because
Also, you don't know how fast I am.
I know you're not as fast as a train, that's for sure.
What
when it's
type
starting.
of train? Yes, or going through a more populated area where lots of kids tend to be on the tracks because they're listening to music and
Like
don't
the
sense that
Disney
they're
World
coming.
train.
All right. The Acela,
Yeah, obviously not the Acela, but there's a reason I never buy the Acela ticket.
so that
Is that if someone found that like an enemy, I saw them coming through and I had to get off the train, I'd want to be on the regional.
but also you don't really get like the trains these days. Like back in the old days when that was a common way of transportation was jumping onto the side of a train while it was moving, was they had like the big empty crates. Now like the trains, they just
Are you talking about cargo trains or
Yeah,
ones that carry
cargo
like
trains.
animals and circuses?
Yeah,
Well,
shit
there's
like
still
that.
cargo trains.
Yeah, I know, but you don't really like you
don't see
wouldn't
'em?
be at a train station where a cargo train is flying through.
You never know. It depends on what part of the country
What
you're
kind
in.
of depot you're at?
True.
Also, for my money, if I'm on a train that's carrying a lot of zoo animals to the next sort of circus stop, I think it'd be very hard for me not to want to spend time with the
With the
animals.
animals.
Like, I don't know if I
Animals.
want to get off that train.
You
But
wanna
aren't all
embed
the
with the
animals
donkeys.
in like they're just in boxes?
Well, I have a crowbar.
They sprinkle some hay in there and they go sit in this box for 14 hours.
Mm-hmm.
They definitely give them high level tranquilizers to
Oh,
put them
yeah.
out. That's how,
CBD
that's how
CBD
horses
gummies.
fly.
Yeah.
I wonder what movie was the first one where someone was fighting on top of a train and then they had like one of those lights and someone like ups out of the way at the last second and gets hit in the face with a
Oh,
light.
Yeah.
Because now that's every train fight on top of every movie that has a train.
Yeah.
If you really think about it, it is like the first Like the first movies ever were trains. It was like Mickey Mouse. Wasn't it like Mickey Mouse on the train?
No,
like,
it was a Steamboat Willie.
yeah.
It was a steamboat. But
And then there
were a
was
lot of trains.
another. Well, what was the? Was it
Thomas the
Charlie
Tank Engine?
Chaplin? Was he the one that was doing the stunts where he was on the train?
Maybe.
I mean, a lot
And
of
he's like
movies
jumping on and off the train.
have been trains and stunts.
Well,
yeah.
trains probably came about at a similar time as movies.
Well, I don't know about that.
You think?
You're
Train-
gonna
trains have
say
been-
that his like fact is not true when you just offered us like the most nebulous, vague assertion.
Well, because I was thinking about James Bond, and then I realized that train movies are pretty old.
He was generous in saying it was Steamboat Willie when you thought it was Mickey Mouse,
Yeah, I just meant it was a cartoon.
and then you threw out Charlie Chaplin, and then he had something that he posited, and you were like, "That's no way, that's the case."
I think trains have been around for a while.
So steam locomotive
we
was
know
1804 and movies were 1895. So I was
Oh
90
my
years
god,
off.
that is so close.
Are you out of your fucking mind?
9 years?
It's almost a century.
90 years.
Oh, I didn't hear the date.
He was a century off. Dumbass.
Trains
Well,
were
1805 was
Oh,
the first steam
1805.
engine in 1895.
Yeah, but those first steam engines were not the ones that people were on top of going high speeds and hitting their heads off of signal connectors.
Well,
Or I
you wouldn't
guess-
know because movies didn't exist then.
Well, my point
I
should
don't
have been
need movies to tell me everything. I don't learn shit
He's a
from
book
movies.
man.
Yeah,
He's a
I'm
book
You don't know
guy.
if people were fucking jumping on and off trains in 1805.
I will find out.
All right. Yeah, I don't think it's like documented the first person to subway surf,
I bet you we could find that out.
and it wouldn't even be historically accurate because the first person to do it probably didn't get caught.
The first.
It's just crazy how much you assume to be true, and then you.
I was
you have
completely right.
the confidence of somebody who's not willing to like hear another idea, so you think it has to be right.
That was the only thing this entire episode that I've disagreed with, and I was totally right. He was
be
off
honest with
by
you,
a century.
I don't even know what we're talking
He
about.
was off by a century.
I'm enjoying it, even though you guys don't know what you're talking about.
I
And-
know exactly what I'm talking. You said that trains came out the same time that movies did.
Well, my point should have been when movies came out, the only mode of transportation where you could make something an action sequence was trains.
Yeah, that's right. Mhm.
That was the point that I was
What
trying to
else
make
would
that
it
I
be?
didn't land on
Bikes?
correctly.
Yeah, you watching a lot of fucking bike action movies?
Yeah.
Oh no, he's switching gears. The postman's gone bad.
Bikes were fucking big back then.
Not in film
Let's see.
compared to a
when did,
steam engine.
That's crazy. Horses, dude. Horses were making action movies.
Horses, and you ride a horse up alongside of a train. You jump off the train onto the horse.
Cool. Very cool.
That's cool.
when was the
Indiana
first
Jones.
car built?
Probably the early 1900s.
I looked it up.
What was the answer?
You were wrong again.
Late 1800s?
You would have been better off saying that movies came out around the same time that cars did.
I will give you the win
86.
because I could tell how much you're relishing in a small victory.
It's not a small victory. It would have been a small victory if I said I don't know about that, and you said, oh yeah, they came out a century earlier. It was him. He was the one that poked the bear and decided to act like I was far off.
To awaken the
I misheard the math. I thought it was 1895 and 1904, which is 9 years.
Mm-mm.
But it was 1805 and 1904.
I'm
So
a-
it's all right.
like that.
Win some, you lose some. Let's chalk this episode up as a loss.
I'm not going to sleep tonight based on the conversation that you and I have had.
Let's name this episode Francis Loses Again.
Next week, we'll have Nikki Glazer on.
That would be a good episode.
That'd be good.
We should send you out to LA to do a little solo episode with her.
Does she live out there now?
Maybe I'd assume so.
Did she ever talk? Did you ever talk, or did she ever talk about it publicly?
I don't think so.
Interesting.
I don't know. Maybe. I've talked to her
What do you
about
mean
it.
you don't think so? You would know if she talked about it publicly.
I don't honor myself by assuming that meant anything to her. My guess would be that she had not deemed that worthy of bringing up on any kind of a podcast or anything.
What if she brought you up in the roast of Brady? Just a total jab. You're not even in the building.
Like, I mean, I'd be pumped. I'd be like, man, I really was in the Netflix festival.
Yeah.
But
you-
what were you gonna say?
I was going to ask if you guys saw the picture of the comedian's brunch.
Oh yeah, legends.
at that Ted Sarandos' house
Is that where it was?
where they were all at the pool.
I mean, it was the 500.
I'll be honest. I don't really understand why people were hating on that. Like people were like hack festival. Like there was some pretty big like good comedians in that photo.
Chappelle's in that
Chappelle's
photo.
in the photo.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Chappelle, Jon Stewart,
People just want something to hate on. Matt Friend was in it.
Matt Friend was in it. Ralph
Hannah
Barbosa.
Burner's in it.
Hannah Burner.
Hannah Burner, Ralph Barbosa.
Ralph Barbosa.
Ralph Barbosa is so funny.
But
Yeah.
then Apatow.
I just rewatched his Don't Tell last night,
Nice.
so I'm trying to figure out whose jokes I can steal from my Don't Tell.
Apatow, Ross, Stavi, of course, Burnham, Hart.
Oh, Burnham's in that?
Yeah, he's in it.
Wow.
The Heartbreaker.
Heartbreak Kid, Kroll, Dave, fucking
Mulaney.
Hinchcliffe,
Mulaney.
Mulaney.
All right, let's end it.
Let's end it. We'll
Let me think.
record
Let
again
me see if
soon.
I have anything to plug. I'm gonna be in LA in June.
For what?
I'm doing the Belly Room at the Comedy Store.
No. Okay, that's a first.
It's probably sold out. It's like 30 people.
It's a cathedral. It's a cathedral.
It's 30
Yeah.
seats.
Classic.
So that should be nice and intimate. And then I'm doing Brea Improv that same week. And that's pretty much all. And then I got some other stuff coming up. I'm gonna be in Austin in July. Just chopping it up with the fellas. And
Nice. I'll be there for that.
then more to come, hopefully.
That's going to be 1,000,000 degrees.
In Austin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's already 93.
Yeah.
It'll be like parboil out there.
It's gonna suck. But
All right.
the Vulcan. All right.
Son of a boy, Dad.
Son of a boy dad. Thank you for
Son of a
listening.
boy, Dad. Appreciate you guys.
Goodbye.